Hi, welcome on to the All Guns Blazing podcast with my man DT. Your hand feels a bit plastic, man. Is that real?
Oh, here he goes.
Plastic fan, eh?
Oh, I missed the game, and all of a sudden, there we go.
Where were you?
Well,
where were you? We were in Greece.
Well, I was actually at home. One of my children is not well. My actual plan.
What's wrong with him?
He's just got a sickness bug. And
what sort of bug? What's wrong?
He's not well. Do you want to ask me more questions?
Not well. What? You sure about this?
Listen, right.
You sure?
Let me explain something. Let me explain something to you. Yeah. It's
Wait,
my
before we get into
time.
that.
Wait, no, because this is one of the first times I've ever missed a game, and needs must, man. But I no doubt with you tapping my arm, you're gonna say something about 888. I already know it.
888 have given us another. Just before we're gonna talk about the Europa. You watched it, right?
After this little bit here with 888, I'm gonna go.
You watch it, yeah? You watch the game?
I'm gonna go back on you in a minute. Don't worry. Let's watch the video.
888 giving us this week. Now I want every single Arsenal fan that's watching this video to go over. The link is gonna be in the description. You click it, go in there, and tell them what you think of this.
Right, this needs to be settled once and for all now. Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, who's the biggest club?
Not him.
No.
It's the first time you've ever been silent. Do you know why Arsenal are the biggest club? We've had periods of greatness, yeah? Not just one period, blood. Yeah? You understand? When you went to school, you got bullied. Yeah? not because of who you are, because of your dead team.
So you've seen it. Who is the biggest club in London? Is it even an argument? You know what? Is it an argument? Let's be real about it. Let's be real. Because if I'm being honest, Chelsea now they've won a load of things.
Yeah.
Tottenham have been on the rise over the past few
Still
seasons. They've been in the
side.
Well, one second. They've been in the Champions League. Even this week they're in the Champions League. We ain't been in it. We've been in the Europa League. We've been on a bit of a decline recently. What's the situation at the moment? Who's the biggest club?
Spurs not even in the mentioning. Don't even mention it. We qualified 20 odd years in the Champions League, and it didn't make us a bigger club because of it. It's not a trophy. You are judged by trophies. The three biggest clubs in England, full stop, are Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal. Period. End of. Chelsea, yes, they are closing in on us because of their recent history, but we still have the most trophies overall of any London club. We have the biggest fan base.
Without a doubt.
All day long. So,
you know, I remember a friend of mine, he does like merchandising, official merchandising, right? For loads and loads of different clubs, right? Around the world. And he said to me, right, he goes, the merchandise that he sells for Tottenham, even now that they've, you know, obviously they've got bigger, they've got guys like Son and stuff like that, Harry Kane, he goes, doesn't even come close. He goes, not even a minuscule in comparison to what he sells for Arsenal. So that shows you how this club is still big, is still
I'll give
however,
respect to Chelsea.
I think the thing I look on it, right, and I say to myself is, this is where the owners of the club, I want to see ambition from them, because whether we like it or not, right, these clubs are catching us up. Whether Chelsea, you could argue, you know, trophies-wise, in recent times, obviously they've overtaken us. So they've been winning trophies. They regularly finish above us, you know. So Chelsea, you know, beat us last year in the Europa League. Tottenham are catching us up. We have to be real about it, right? And if I'm the owner of Arsenal Football Club, I'm being real. There's no, fans are different. We can be like, we walk around bouncing with our pride. We want our club to be the biggest. That's fair enough. But as an owner, you've got to start looking at Tottenham and saying, well, hold on a minute. They are trying to catch up. New stadium. New training ground. They're getting, you know, they went and bought in Mourinho and stuff like that. So they're trying, aren't they? They're trying to come, right? They're trying. No, but what I'm saying is, whether it works out or not, they're trying to come. So I want to see a reaction from our guys to say, you know what? we are also gonna,
yeah, that's fine. But we're still the biggest club in London.
Yeah, and that Mourinho thing, I'm already starting to see that unravel a little bit.
Told you lot, everyone that used to come onto AFTV and start, I want Mourinho. I told you lot, if you gave me Jose Mourinho from Porto, first spell at Chelsea and that, yeah, fine, cool. That was Jose when he was not now, no.
That's his style of football as well.
Rotting it.
You know, I saw their game the other night against Leipzig.
Hilarious.
What peed me off is that Leipzig should really won that by about 3.
Yeah, they should be over.
But again, Mourinho, I mean, he's never on the front foot, is he?
Never.
He's never on the
they
front
just sit
foot.
and defended and just hope for a little bit, and then he talks about how they've got, injury problem. Let's have a cry about it. We've all got injury problems. We all have to deal with it.
We've had it all season.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Now let's move on.
But don't forget, if you get on there and comment, the link is in the description. All right, where were you? Where were you?
Right. Now, hold on a minute.
Where were you in Greece?
What game was you not at only a few weeks back? Home game.
What game's that one then?
The one where you was at Yeovil instead.
I don't know.
Yeah? Do you remember that one?
No, that's different.
Wait, hold on a minute. How's that different?
You cannot count that as
yes,
the same.
I can.
You know the reason.
Because you was filming for Channel 4 or Channel ITV, sorry.
You know the...
So
right?
what's more? Hold on. No. I'm going to do troops here and I'm going to speak over you for a second, right? I'm having my moment right now, yeah? You missed the game because you were filming your documentary for ITV, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed the game because my child was ill, right?
So you say.
We're going to put a poll up, right?
No, you say.
We're going to put a poll up.
And I'm not saying, if that's true,
cool.
If that's true, then no problem. I mean, that is a 100% valid reason for missing the game. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I want evidence.
Now I've got another bone to pick with you.
What?
Right, I got a bone.
By the way, going back to that game,
You're
that
trying
game
to throw
that I
me
missed.
off.
No, going back to that game that I missed. Right, the circumstances around that. Number one, when was the last time Arsenal had a game 3:00 on a Saturday?
Oh,
right.
You sound like Mourinho.
So when they had that date in, I was like, first of all, is there no other date?
Listen to this guy.
Is there not a Friday or is there not a Sunday? They go, there's no games we've got on a Friday. There's no games we've got on a Sunday. They spent thousands of pounds to have that thing on that day. I had to do it, right?
Still going on.
I just could. No, but you know what it was that got me on that day, right? Is that I just could not believe that just happened to coincide with probably the first Saturday 3:00 kickoff for Arsenal in the whole season.
That was an amazing
All of our games have been
effort.
Sundays, Mondays. That
was an amazing effort, Robbie.
It was terrible.
Brendan, can you do me a
but
favour?
As I said,
you see on that part where we were speaking, could you put that really sad background music behind it and everything?
And under his part when he's speaking, put that suspense sort of music under it because I want proof.
Right.
I want medical certificates and that to know.
I've got another bone to pick with you.
What's that?
Right. The quiz.
Yeah?
Yeah, you stitched me right up in that.
Stitched you up?
You
what in the quiz?
stitched me up. Everyone even said in the comment section how badly you stitched me up, yeah?
How did I stitch you up?
Because two of the questions were not even Arsenal related, right?
How are they not Arsenal related?
Wait, calm down. You get your chance to speak, right? No one cares who finishes runners up, yeah? Right? The last question. Now, I watched all the other quizzes, right? Everyone got an opportunity, right? When they gave their answer, you even sat there and went, final answer. Remember Ty's one when one of them, he was going 96 or 97 and he said something, he was like, final answer, giving them their opportunity. The Santi Cazorla question, you know that I initially turned around and I gave the answer I did and immediately I went, whoa, no, Malaga, sorry. And you cut it. You was like, no, not having that.
Cut what? You got beaten, man.
You cut it.
Lost.
You cut it.
Listen,
so in the interest, wait. In the interest of fair play.
Oh man, in the interest of fair play.
In the interest of fair play, I've got a little something for you.
No,
right?
I'm not answering a quiz if you want to do it. No, because the quiz continues.
No, I've got one question.
I'm not answering your question. No. The quiz is the quiz.
This question.
This is you as usual. No, this is typical you. You can't take losing.
I could take losing.
So you try and deflect or you try and do something else to think.
No.
You didn't get them all right.
This is not the
right?
forfeit.
And it's burning you. It's burning you. Well, why are you bringing it up for?
I'm bringing it.
Why are you bringing it up?
One question.
Everybody else has done the quiz. There's people
question.
who've done the quiz who didn't even get a question right, and they've been cool with it, and they've just been like, and it's difficult because when you put on the spot, no one didn't cut you.
You did. You
right?
cut.
No one didn't cut you. No one didn't cut you. No, I'm not answering it. Let's move on.
No, just answer one question.
I'm not answering no questions because the quiz is because the quiz continues.
It will counter. I guarantee this question's not in the quiz.
I'm not counting anything because the quiz.
I guarantee this question ain't in the quiz.
The quiz continues
because
there's more people that's going to be in the quiz. Then there's going to be a final to the quiz. There's going to be a semi-final and a final to the quiz.
I should have 3 out of 5.
So there's still more people to be in the quiz. So I don't want to detract away from that.
No, we're not detracting away.
You are. You're trying to. You're obviously.
I'm going to ask you one question.
What it is?
Which way is just going to prove a point.
What it is? You're getting heat. Right, you're getting heat because there's probably people in there. I know you. I know how you work. There's people having a go at you.
There's no heat at all.
DT, I thought you had great knowledge on Arsenal.
No.
How could you get that possibly right?
There's no heat.
You've probably gone back at them. You're getting a little pressure, and now you're trying to come with something deflect. No, you're trying to come with something. What it is. You got. How much did you get, Brennan? Was it 1 out of 4?
No, 2. You gave me.
2 out of
4. 3.
2 out of 3.
It was
2
3.
out of 4.
The 2 questions are.
2 out of 5.
3 out of 5 because I actually said Malaga.
2 out of 5. You got 2 out of 5.
I got 3.
Let's see how the others get on, and maybe you still might scrape into the semi-final. I don't know.
I got 3 out of 5.
We'll leave it at that.
I got 3 out of 5.
Stop trying to move it away from the thing.
Answer one question.
I'm answering no questions.
Come on, man.
Because
it will show you how silly that first question was.
The quiz is ongoing. There's still some other contestants in the next round.
Nobody else got asked the same questions that I did.
Man, you can't take it. You got possibly asked easier questions than everybody else.
Get out of it. Get out of it. Now I know why Tubes goes mad at you all the time.
Is that a hard question?
What? Who finished runners-up?
No, where's Santi
in 1970-71 season when
everybody got the same sort of questions.
No one got that question.
Nobody got that question.
Listen,
you know what it is, right? Those questions, they all came from a certain section, right? Where those questions were all... So basically, everybody who got asked those type of questions, it was around that period, right?
Did those same things also tell you that Henry come from Monaco?
Right? That was an error in the video. That was an error in the video, right? That was an error in the video. I see people trying to... Hold on, I see people trying to jump on that. Errors can be made. Can errors be made? Did you get everything right?
Ask me one question then.
But I'm saying to you...
Are you going to take the quiz?
No, but am I going to take... I'm hosting the quiz. And that's why I don't want to deflect away from the quiz, because we've got more contestants to come. There's a next side of it, and then when those ones we decide who's in the semi-final, you never know if someone else gets under 3.
Give me my 3 points
and then
back.
You have the final, but you need to start to take losing. When you lose something, just chill, man.
I can take losing,
no,
but you stitch me up.
You can't. No one stitched you up. No, you didn't get. You didn't get stitched up.
You stitched me up.
But anyway, let's talk about the game. 1-0 to the Arsenal. What was it like when you was there watching it on your TV?
Oh, this guy, this guy. I swear down, you miss one more game, Robbie. You miss one game for any reason. I'm going to ruin you now, yeah?
What did you make of it?
Poor game. I felt that we played really poorly in a lot of spells of the game. I felt that we were very lucky to walk away from there with a clean sheet if it wasn't for Bernd Leno. Opening 10 minutes.
That's what he's there for, isn't it? To make saves.
Opening 10 minutes, I felt that we started so slow, and they should have at least had one goal. There was the header from 6 yards that he head over. Valbuena was causing us all kinds of problems down that right-hand side. Socrates, I don't like him on that right-hand side. I'd rather Mustafi there because at least he's played the position. Aubameyang on the right-hand side doesn't work for me, and it never has worked. And also his tracking back on that right-hand side gave the likes of Valbuena the space to put the crosses in the box so frequently. Brilliant save from Leno to stop David Luiz scoring an own goal. I felt that after around about the 20-25 minute mark, we started to get into the game. We started to create our own chances. Lacazette should have scored. He missed a sitter. And there was just that little final piece missing, bit of cutting edge, little bit of quality. but we'd quieten the crowd down, and you could notice that, and you could tell.
And that was a loud crowd, man.
Yeah, because we was all out there a few years ago when we won 3-0.
Yeah, I've got to say, man, their atmosphere.
It's mad.
The atmosphere there was unreal, man. I mean, their fans.
Yeah.
They must have about 100 songs.
It's crazy, isn't it?
You know, it was a very. This is where I'm going to differ slightly for you. I thought it was a good performance by Arsenal because it was a very, very hostile atmosphere, right? Every time the ref made any decision that went against them, their fans were howling and going mental. Their fans were like, anytime, they only had to just like move forward 5 yards with the ball. And every one of their fans were up and screaming, you know, really behind them. It was a very hostile place. I don't think they've lost the game there this season, even in Europe.
And they don't normally not score goals.
Yeah. So, you know, to go there and to get a 1-0, I felt as well, I mean, yeah, you're right. I think they had that chance with that header that possibly if the guy's a bit more clinical, he could have scored that. But apart from that, Leno made some good saves, but saves that I'd expect him to make, but they were good saves.
I don't know, the second half save, I know it was offside, but the reaction save that
was
he
offside.
Made,
that was offside.
Unbelievable save.
But it was straight at him, but it was offside.
The second half,
I think if you assess our chances that we had, we were the ones that should have had more goals because Lacazette missed that. I thought he missed 2 chances in the first half.
He missed one after he scored.
There was one chance in the first half where it was whipped in, I think, by I think it might have been Martinelli or somebody.
And he never got on.
Right, he didn't get on it, and he should have got on the end of that. He should have scored that. There was the other chance where he put it just wide. He should have scored that. Right. There was other chances in the game that we had. That, you know, I think Willock a couple of times he was guilty of a bit of sloppy play. Got himself into great positions.
Not releasing the ball.
Yeah, and then finally, you know, we got the goal. I thought we defended pretty well under the really hostile circumstances and the immense pressure that we've been put under for about 20 odd minutes of that second half. And those are the sort of away performances you have to produce in Europe to go through in these tournaments. We got that all-important away goal. I was there and I was thinking to myself, even if it's 1-1, that's a decent result because this ain't an easy place to come to, but we need that away goal. So when they come to our place, but now that we got that away goal, we now know that they're going to have to come to the Emirates and score twice to win the game. And that's not going to be easy for them because we know that
and they got to stop us.
Olympiacos don't travel well. They did score 2 against Tottenham, but ultimately they lost that game as well. Because remember, they were in the Champions League as well.
They were 2-0 up against Tottenham.
They were 2-0 up, right?
And I remember at their place, they were 2-0 down and they brought it back to 2-2.
So, you know, overall, I thought it was a professional European performance. But yeah, I hear what you're saying that, you know, there were some hairy moments, but trust me, that's not an easy place to go to.
No, it's not an easy place to go.
That is one of those very difficult places to go to.
I just think that we rode our luck quite a few times. I felt that
rode 10 luck minutes, or defended well.
Rode our luck. There were some moments where we did defend well. I thought Mustafi again was absolutely superb. I think that he was the best out of them. Leno justifies the decision to start him, which I think surprised everybody. Yeah,
I thought that was a bit harsh on Martinez.
But then at the end of the day, he's the best goalkeeper. And Arteta's obviously looking and saying, okay, you know what? The Premier League, we take game by game. We're not in and amongst the top 4. We're not even counting top 5 at the minute because of Man City, because we don't know what's going to happen, whether they're going to win their appeal or even if an English team gets 5th place is Champions League. But so his priority is like Europa League. Let's go concentrate on that. And I'm going to play my strongest side. I do need to keep in mind Everton on Sunday, which is why I feel Pepe was on the bench and whatnot. But there were some surprises. I was surprised that Saka started. I thought Kolasinac would have played
very well.
Yeah,
Saka
played very well. You know, and
again the assist for the goal, brilliant.
9 assists for the season.
Yeah.
But then that last 15 minutes is where we kind of woke up because Oba moved to the left, Pepe came on. And everything felt more natural.
Should have scored again in the second half, I think.
Well, after
again,
we scored,
Lacazette, he had that chance.
He had that chance where he had the shot that he could have laid in Pepe, and then Socrates hit the bar.
Socrates hit the bar as well
and
with a header.
Mustafi missed the follow-up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We
had
had the
chances.
clearer cut chances on another day. We should have won by
that.
more. The only disappointing thing is that we didn't get that second, and then the game would be dead, really.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. But it's the perfect European night. If you would have said to everyone before the game, won't concede a goal and get the away goal, everyone would have took your hand off.
It's another clean sheet as well.
Yeah, 3 in a row. When was the
3
last
clean
time?
sheets in a row.
When was the last time we've done 3 clean sheets?
Yeah, 3 clean sheets in a row, and he's got these guys playing.
Yeah.
He's got these guys playing, man. He really has.
We've been talking about it on podcasts and fan cams and whatnot, and saying that from the outside in, and if you're not an Arsenal fan, you're laughing. You're going, draws, If you're an Arsenal fan and you've had to watch the crap that we've had to watch and then seeing what we're seeing now, you can see change. You can see it. You know, remember Gary Neville said that the likes of Luiz and Socrates and Mustafi, they're uncoachable. And that was when Emery had just got sacked. He said all these guys are uncoachable. Well, Mikel Arteta's proven that they are coachable. You know, maybe that's why Gary Neville failed at Valencia. Well, it's true though, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, he's proving that they can be coached because they're playing as a defensive unit. They're doing well.
Yeah, and Lacazette getting the all-important winner. You know what I mean?
I felt he had a poor game though.
You know, but he got the winner. He got the winner. In there. He got
and
that
I
winner.
said this about a striker. I said, listen, if your striker plays 89 minutes and they're crap, and then they pop up for 1 minute and score a goal, don't care. I don't care. We can, you know, talk about his. You can talk about his performance and say, you know, you expect a little bit more. He missed some good chances, but he got the winning goal.
He got the winning goal. He got that chance, and he buried it. And
it was
that's
good
the
movement.
all-important goal. Yeah, that's the all-important goal. By the way, what did you make of? Do you see Roy Keane's?
Oh, his comments
the other day
where
he was saying about Arsenal celebrating. What's the matter with them? They think they just won the league, and I have to say, right, yet again to me, it's like very lazy journalism or punditry, but on the part
it's
of
all it is. It's every time
on the part of Roy
something.
Keane, right? And I know Roy Keane's, Roy Keane is Roy Keane, and he's, Man United, and we know. But if he'd have done his research, he would have known that the reason why Arsenal was celebrating that 4th goal like that Lacazette scored is the fact that Lacazette had not scored for, 9 games? And it was quite significant for all the fans and for the players. They were so pleased for him. That's why they celebrated that goal like that. And everybody knows that was the reason. They weren't celebrating that goal because they thought they won the league. They weren't celebrating that goal like that because they were going over the top. They were celebrating that goal because they were so pleased for a guy that's been working very, very hard to try and get on the score sheet, but it hasn't been happening for him. And he finally buried a goal. He's been under immense pressure, and all of his teammates just wanted to get to him. I mean, obviously, he was so relieved and happy, and then all of his teammates wanted to get to him and just say, yo, Lacazette, that's it, man, lift off. And it has been, because he scores again in the next game after such a goal drought.
Roy Keane is Roy Keane. He's got an image to portray.
Yeah, but I just felt that it was, it's a really cheap sort of...
It is, because it's Arsenal, because it gets a reaction.
If you do your research... He obviously ain't done his research, because if you do your research, you know why they were celebrating like that.
But like I said,
he's a great pundit to have on TV because he's very controversial, and we know that, and that's why they have him on there, because he's a very controversial guy and he says it as he is. And to be fair to him, he's not scared to have a dig at Man United. I've heard him dig Man United out. He dug everybody out. He don't care, right? But I just felt that was a real sort of out of touch comment to make, because there was a reason why they were celebrating like that. They weren't celebrating like that, But I think
I can understand. You know what? Because there was I think it was an Instagram post after that Lacazette put out with Ozil, saying about haters, the scoring and assisting thing, and that. That I think is a little bit. Go easy on that. That's a bit too soon. Prove it week in, week out, and do what you're doing. Cool.
Yeah, but
the on the pitch stuff, and you can understand as well. Maybe
when people are under pressure, sometimes you can imagine he's gone through all those weeks of everybody slating him. I mean, a lot of Arsenal fans as well. Lacazette shouldn't be playing, but he was dropped out of that game. You know what I mean? And then to get the relief, you're a striker, your job is to score goals. You ain't scored for ages. The relief of scoring that goal, anybody would have reacted like that. You know what I mean? There's nothing to... no. And then, you know, a little dig back at the haters. Oh, so what? You know what I mean? So what? I mean...
look, at the end of the day, we should just be happy ourselves. Let's just focus on what we're doing at the moment, and things are good at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, but
like
it can very easily come crashing down.
I think as well is that obviously the key at the moment is we're defending so much better, and that shows by the 3 clean sheets in a row. But we are defending.
We're not conceding so many shots.
We're not conceding so many shots. We just look more solid in front of goal. I think David Luiz and Mustafi are looking a very solid partnership at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're doing the business. Olympiacos had 2 shots on target last night.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. When I look on that game, I put it down more
We only had 3.
But I put it more down to our excellent defending in that game.
Yeah.
And we carried the more potent threat because we should have scored more.
I just think it's a mixture of both. I think there's luck, and I think there's good defending. I think that
the luck is when they hit the bar. I don't see the rest of it. All the rest of it is good defending.
Yeah,
to me.
It's like, you know, I know a lot of people voted for Saka to be man of the match yesterday. For me, Leno was man of the match. I personally believe, and that's not taken away from Saka's performance.
I voted Saka man of the match when I did my player ratings.
I voted Leno.
The guys back here, when they done the AFTV man of the match on Instagram, they went Leno as well.
I think Leno was immense. I think he was.
He
and
did.
It's all
he
about
dealt with everything. He came out, he punched away things.
He was commanding. And do you know what? This actually goes back because I didn't actually think about it at the time. Do you remember last week's podcast we were talking about underrated? He was a name that I completely forgot. He's underrated.
He's
Leno
underrated in the Premier League.
Criminally underrated.
Yeah.
He's top 3 goalkeepers in the Premier League. Easy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but he is.
Yeah.
And the price.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the money.
Under 20 million.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Chelsea spent whatever on spaghetti arms.
That Kepa, he's not even in the team at the moment.
Do you know what I mean?
He's been dropped, hasn't he?
He's got hands like spaghetti. And then they spent 70, 80 odd million on him. No.
Who do you say is the top 3 goalkeepers in the Premier League? Alisson,
obviously. But it'd be interesting to see how Alisson does if Liverpool lost Van Dijk for a month or so and the defence was a bit ropey. He is solid. Immense.
Alisson
so
number
good.
1. Number 2, what's the name of Man City?
Edison. He's still up there.
He's number 2.
And then Leno, ahead of De Gea.
Yeah, I'd say Leno, at this moment in time, he's ahead of De Gea.
You're not taking away what De Gea's done or what he's capable of doing, but right now, Leno is the better and more consistent goalkeeper in my opinion.
I'll tell you another good keeper in the Premier League, right, who's also, I think, very underrated. He's a good keeper, man. Is that Nick Pope at Burnley as well?
Yeah.
He's
a
huge,
big guy, isn't he?
Huge.
He's a big guy. You don't realise until you stand next to him.
He's another good keeper as well. I think he come into the... You know, Burnley fans will be putting him in the argument and say, well, hold on, he could be in there with... But, you know, I think where I'd have to give Leno the edge is that, you know, he's games like last night. You know, Nick Pope ain't really had to be in there. He's been in Premier League games. He hasn't really had to go away to an Olympiacos where, as I said, super hostile atmosphere and temperature, and be as commanding as he was. Yeah, it was a really, really good performance.
And the weather was tricky for keepers as well.
Oh, the weather was terrible, man. Imagine you go out of Greece, right, and then it's like the weather's... what's it called? Storm Dennis. It's like it just followed us.
It followed
so
you
you're not off to
there.
Greece. All right, I'm coming as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll be there late afternoon.
Well, if it's any consolation, the weather over here was still crap.
So you're in Greece, right? You're thinking, yes, bit of sunshine.
I know you wanted to be sat on,
it down,
on the sides of the river with the boats, and you have your nice fish.
Boy, it was a nice little trip. Still,
it's a nice little place
because Athens is a lovely city.
Some more memes popped up while you was out there.
What was this time?
There was the one of you sitting on the big rock. That's now turned into a meme. You know, you were sitting there. There was that one.
What, they memeing me saying, I'll get memed there. I can't put a picture out there, can I?
You can't.
I can't put a picture out no more.
There's a dub picture for you everywhere. I've seen pictures pop up that you've taken from years ago, and they're now dub memes. Every time you post a picture, it's like, dub so big I had to stop eating my breakfast. It's mate, and It is what it is. Don Robbie, innit?
Every picture I put out, man. You know what I mean? You put out the simplest
There's
picture.
certain ones.
Bang.
There's certain ones, especially when you're smoking a cigar. It's like,
But it was satisfying. It was a satisfying result. Now we move on to Sunday. Now that is going to be
massive game, man.
a tough game. You know what I mean? Up against Everton, Ancelotti Everton.
Yeah,
Remember,
and they've had a break.
They've had a break.
Gomez is back from injury. How the hell is he back so quick?
Well, from the broken leg.
Yeah, he's in the squad.
He won't be playing.
He's in the
game
squad.
now.
He's back to play. Yeah.
Jesus.
How the hell has he back
What
from a
recovery
broken
that.
leg?
He's a good player. He is.
We're
Very
missing
good.
players longer for muscle injuries.
Yeah, look how long Tierney's been out.
I know Tierney did have an operation. On the shoulder. And it's,
Jeez.
He's
But he
back in the
broke his
squad.
leg.
I know.
Fractured. Jeez.
And I think it was his ankle as well, which is normally like a really bad one.
The Ancelotti's turned it around for them.
Yeah, they're above us.
They're above us. Just above us. Actually, if we beat them, we go above them.
And we get out of 10th. Finally.
But, you know,
it's going to
be a really tough game. They've got a very poor record. I think it's since 96 was the last time they beat us at home.
I think we've got the best. Our most victories are against Everton in the Premier League era.
Yeah,
I think that's our best.
at home we've got a fantastic record against them, but it's going to be a tough game. Our defenders are going to have to be on it. I mean, you've got Calvert-Lewin, who's been playing very well.
Yeah.
I think he's the top scoring English player so far this season. He's only 11 goals in the Premier League. Very good in the air.
Theo
I think
coming off the bench possibly.
Theo, and then you've got Richarlison, who's a top player.
Causes problems.
You saw that Barcelona were even trying to buy him in the January transfer window, putting it off at 85 million, which was turned down by Everton.
I know.
And remember, you've got the thing about Everton that it's Mosseri, who was once at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Wanted to buy Arsenal with
possibly Usmanov is creeping in there as well.
Looks like Usmanov is. A lot of people say he's already there.
Yeah, just silently.
But it's a different type of Everton that's coming. Alex Iwobi returning as well.
Oh my word, yeah. It wasn't a great return for him at Goodison, was it?
Goodison, he came off injured. Remember that game at Goodison? That was a dead game.
It was a weird
0-0.
game.
It was like both teams struggling.
No, because we both appointed the managers on the week of the game, but both of them weren't.
Yeah.
Like Ancelotti and Arteta weren't on the bench.
Yeah.
They were in the stands.
Yeah.
And it was as though both teams had turned around before the game and went, you know what? Draw. Let's get out of here with a draw, and we move on.
That's
and then
the other significant thing about
over.
the game as well, is that it's Mikel Arteta, who's also played for Everton, had a very successful time at Everton, and now managing Arsenal. It's just so many different
so many subplots
and scenarios around the game, and it's a huge game.
Yeah.
If there's any glimmer of getting into the top four, we need to win that.
Yeah, we have to. I'll tell you.
Why not? We got a great record against them.
Another thing that I worked out, I was doing this yesterday. It's amazing what you can get done when you're not at a game and you're twiddling your thumbs and depressed about it. But I was having a look at where you finish in the final parts of the table, and it's crucial that if we are going to finish in a European place, we have to be in the top six. Have to. If we finish 7th.
Then you got to do that early,
like Wolves have done.
What Wolves have had to do. Come back in July, just after the Euros as well.
Yeah. So finish. I would rather, if we're not going to finish in the top 6, finish 8th, 9th, 10th, wherever. Just don't finish 7th and be in that.
There'll be no pre-season tour?
No pre-season tour. We'll be straight away playing. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine the places you would have to go in them early preliminary rounds and stuff. You'd be going to caves. Just like some absolute random places. But yeah,
it's a huge game.
It is a huge game.
And like you said, so many subplots. Theo Walcott, Alex Iwobi
is the one for me because he's got a bit of a point to prove.
Yeah.
I feel he's got a point to prove to a lot of fans that didn't rate him, myself included. I always said I rated Iwobi up until the final third. I just felt that he'd go from someone that could beat anyone at ease to then panicking and just...
That was a bit like... Willock last night.
Yeah. He does so well when he drives through and then he makes the wrong decision.
Yeah, it's almost like he gets to that point and he thinks to himself, which used to happen to Iwobi as well, where it's like, do I go to put my foot through this and really
getting caught in two minds.
Score, put it in the top corner, or do I pass it off? If I try and put it in the top corner, what if I miss?
Then I'm going to get ruined.
The fans are going to be on my case. My teammates are going to look and say, "Why didn't you pass?" I don't know, man. I might opt for the easy option. And he gets caught in two minds, right? Whereas, I think that the difference with like a Saka at the moment
is that he's just doing it.
He's just doing it. He's just like, I'm gonna have a shot.
I'm playing my way. I'm going to put a cross in. I'm going to do this and do that. And it's working.
But, Willock reminds
What's Kelechi
me a
going
lot.
to do? Is he going to get a half and half scarf?
Half and half scarf.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one for him, wouldn't it? I'm going to have a little look at his vlog after the game.
His new boy now, Saka.
Yeah, his new boy Saka. That's it. I see that debate as well over Nigeria and England. I see that one. I think that with some of the players that get into that England squad, Saka has to be in that reckoning. He has to, man. They're talking about players like Ashley Young in the squad for left back and stuff, and put Saka in there.
The one is right. The one is just there, kind of there, like say like a Ben Chilwell at Leicester, who's a good player. But I know what I'm seeing from Saka at the moment.
He's doing more.
Yeah, I'm like, he's got more to his game.
He's doing more than Danny Rose.
Chilwell, because he can beat players, he can score goals, he delivers a ball, I think a better ball than Chilwell at the moment. Look how many assists he's had this
9
season.
assists.
Right? So, when you start comparing him to those guys, even if he's not better than them right now, he's in the conversation, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
definitely in the conversation.
I think that Southgate needs to get this sorted before it maybe becomes an issue over England or Nigeria. Now, for people that don't know, Saka was born in England. It's his parents that are of Nigerian descent. He's actually played for England since under 16s, right up to under 19s. But until he gets that first cap, for the main national
He's got
side.
to play for England. It's where I kind of disagree with how this thing works. I don't think if you've played for England under 15s, under 16s,
then
stuff
you should
like
be
that,
able to change.
You play for England. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Then a player can decide that.
I know why players do it.
Well, sometimes because
some are
they're
really
not looking
good,
like getting in the team.
Yeah, some are really good going up under 16, 17, 18, 19s, under 20s and whatever, and then as soon as it comes to the big level, they're not good enough, and they're like, well, I want to play international
you don't
football.
want to make that rash decision. You know what I mean? I always look at somebody like a Wilf Zaha, and you think to yourself, playing for Ivory Coast or playing for England.
He's happy. He looks happy playing for Ivory Coast.
You play for England, the profile is so much bigger.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Playing for England than playing for Ivory Coast. I mean, listen, I don't want to judge it. It depends on what the player wants to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
of
course.
I mean, if because he might have the pride in saying, but I don't know. I get the feeling that Saka would want to play for England. That's my. I don't know him. That's just my gut feeling on it.
Yeah.
That he'd want to. But you're right. We need to.
And the internationals are coming up.
Yeah, the Euros are coming up.
Well,
fast.
no, not that. I mean, there's an international break in 4 weeks' time.
He has to get.
He's got to
start in that. To me,
who went in as the left back options last time? Was Danny Rose and that in there? Was Danny Rose in the last England squad?
Didn't he get left out?
I can't remember because who is our left back options?
Well, Chilwell. Chilwell's one, and
Ashley Young's being used.
I think there are a couple of decent left backs England have got.
But Ashley Young's being used as one as well, isn't he?
No,
he's been used as a left back for time at England.
Yeah, but I don't think
he was playing there at Manchester United.
Maybe that.
I'm sorry, but Saka goes ahead of all of them.
Yeah, Saka's got to be in the argument, definitely.
He's got to, even if he's in the squad and he gets some minutes in the friendly. You've got to put him in there. Gareth Southgate has made a big thing about picking the best players at that specific time. There's no favouritism. There's no, you scored goals back when or whatever. It's the now. Well, if you're true to your word, then the best left back right now in England on form is Saka. Sorry, but he is.
You've got Luke Shaw, isn't it, in there as well? He's playing quite well at the moment.
Sorry, but who's playing better? Saka. Ask a Man United fan if you'd have Saka or Luke Shaw. Sorry, he should be ahead of them all.
It'll be interesting to see when that comes around. But big game on Sunday,
man,
and as I said, if we wanna start talking about any chance of chasing down any of those top 4 spots, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
But then you look at it, you have Chelsea drop points again.
And then
They're in that 4th spot. They drop points again.
And who is it? Spurs have got, what's it this weekend?
Spurs have got Chelsea, haven't they? This weekend. Spurs have got Chelsea.
Yeah,
so
it was Manchester United that beat Chelsea. Yeah, so
Spurs have got Chelsea.
Spurs have got Chelsea, so there's going to be points dropped
Manchester
again.
City have got Leicester. You know, so
points can be dropped, and it's going to be big 7 days. Big 7 days.
Yeah, you've got to start putting yourself in the frame to be challenging for those top 4 spots. You know what I mean? He's dozing off there, Brennan. Right? Is it that boring?
He's actually fast asleep.
Is it that boring? Right? He's just dozing off.
People can't actually see it on camera, but Brennan's actually sitting there, and he's actually sparking, and his head was getting lower and lower and lower.
Now, listen, I'll give him a good reason. Like we just literally flew back in. Flew
what?
Flew back in. Black in. Right? We're black in it, so we flew black in. Right?
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, we just got back in. We literally got back in from Athens, man, and and we had about an hour and a bit sleep.
I had a nice sleep.
Yeah, I know. We use plastic, innit?
Yeah.
It's easy, innit? You know, watch it on your TV, make a cup of tea and then go to bed, innit?
It was all right.
You know
At half time.
Meanwhile, that time.
Half time, I literally put the kettle on. There was no queue. No £2.80 for a cup. It was lovely. I had it in my Aubameyang mug. I was like, hey, this is all right.
And then after the game, you went straight to bed whilst we were kept in for an hour and a half.
I never went straight to bed. I made videos, reactions.
Oh, they kept us in for an hour and a half, man. An hour and a half. I mean,
that's not even the worst.
And then, you know what, right?
Do you remember Zagreb? Was it? No, not Zagreb.
Red Star
Belgrade.
Yeah.
My God, that was about 2.5 hours.
And what it is, I could see some Arsenal fans starting to moan and going, oh, when are they going to let us out? And then at that very same time, there was about 5 massive thunderclap or firework things that we could hear outside going, blam, blam, blam. It was like, and all of a sudden those guys were moaning. They were like, yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea, you know what I mean? We're staying.
That's the maddest firework I've ever heard in my life.
Maybe it's not a bad idea if we stay here a little longer, you know what I mean? Because you know, they're fans. Somebody
do that firework again.
No.
Blam, clap.
That's a Batman style, old school Batman.
Yes,
remember that?
Pow,
pow. Somebody was saying to me, an Arsenal fan was saying to me that some Olympiacos fans attacked. I didn't see this, so I don't know if it's true. But he's saying there's about 4 Arsenal fans got attacked by a bunch of Olympiacos fans in front of the police. They didn't do anything. That's what he said.
Listen, don't mess about with them Greek police, man.
Oh my God.
Listen.
They just stood there the whole game, shield. They got their gas mask thing that's just like there on the ready. Tear gas. They got everything, man.
Yeah, man.
The biggest.
And they ain't wearing no badge numbers, and you ain't going to no police station to report on one of them.
And the thing that makes me laugh, right, they're police. They'll be like, you're watching the game, and you just look over and they're like smoking. You're like, you're on duty, aren't you, mate? Like, I didn't tell him that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They're smoking away. There was another one. I looked over at another one. He was on his phone. He's going, my house kind. I've never seen that before. You know.
Yeah, you don't mess about them. Yeah, the Olympiacos fans, they're not
but give it to them, man. You know what I mean? When I see the atmosphere there, I say to myself, if only we had even half of that at the Emirates.
Mate,
it would
PR.
How hard would it be to come and win a game at Arsenal? This is what I can never understand, why, you know, the people that be at Arsenal don't go after sorting the atmosphere out of the stadium
Safety
with the same vigour.
That's the reason.
The same vigour that they use when it comes to the hospitality. You know, if there's a problem in the hospitality, they will fix it. If we could get half of that atmosphere and make this place
they don't want
an absolute fortress.
I'm sorry, but they don't want it, Robbie. They don't want it to be a fortress. I know there's this Block 26 thing, and apparently there's a drum every game. I've never heard it.
They've picked up that clock end thing. I've seen like the initiatives that they've done. They have helped.
Oh, no,
I've seen the flags.
Do you know what they've done? But what I'm saying is the drum. I've heard that they've had to have it set at a certain decibel so that
but then that's not the club then, and then that's fans.
No, that's the club that are doing it.
Yeah, but then that's also
fans
fans that are moaning. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. They're like, every single team you go to now in Europe, they've got a drummer. They had it yesterday, right? You know what I mean? What do we want? It's never gonna be how it used to be back in the 90s, 80s.
Proper Arsenal.
You know, it was impromptu.
You're not proper Arsenal.
No, but you know, in those days,
I know.
You didn't have to work to build the atmosphere. The atmosphere was there. It was impromptu. It's not like that.
No.
Not just Arsenal, in football, in England, in general anymore. It needs help, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I am not against a drummer. What's wrong with it?
I'll do it.
As long as you ain't got a drummer at every single corner, you have section. Yesterday at that game, it's behind one particular goal. That's obviously where all the ultras are.
Yeah.
That's where the drummers are. That's
stop.
where it don't stop. And obviously, every single person who goes into that section knows it's going to be like that. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rowdy. You do the same thing at Arsenal. You say behind this goal, even if it's just a section of that goal, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be rowdy. It's going to be flags waving, drums.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, swap out with somebody else who would like to do that into another section. I don't get the problem with it. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that Arsenal, the only way they're going to do that is if they actually did it within themselves and forced people out, because I've heard that Arsenal have spoke to sections about certain things, and certain people within those sections are like, well, no, I don't want to move. I like my seat.
You're never going to get every section to agree to it, but to me, you impose it.
That's what I'm saying. You've got to.
Impose it.
Do you remember one thing that I've had an argument with you about? So much an argument, but we've had this discussion, is that they moved the junior gunner section to behind the goal of the clock end, right next to the away fans. Firstly, that's the wrong place to be putting 13, 14-year-olds anyway, right? Move them somewhere else. But you remember that wasn't there when Emirates opened. They forced that change.
Yeah.
So you can do the same again.
You can force this change. You can
move the junior gunner section to the side. Do you remember how Highbury used to be on the side? Yeah. To the right of the home dugouts on the right hand side.
You can do the same with this. You can force the change. You can say, right, this is where it's going to be. This is going to be the singing sections. I've said this a million times, and then people just swap it. If you decide to stay there, you know what's going to be like. Yeah. You know there might be a drummer next to you.
And you can't turn around and say, sit down, because the student will turn around and take the job on.
You know there might be a drummer next to you. You know there might be flags waved next to you. You know, so it's your choice. Do you want to swap with someone else and go to a quieter part of the ground where because not everybody wants to jump around and stuff like that. You know, I mean, you've got older fans that they just want to watch the game. And so swap with somebody, because you might have somebody up in a top tier who wants to be part of that. Swap with them. You know, to me, where there's a will, there's a way, man. I would just love to see an atmosphere like what I saw at Olympiacos. I truly believe if Arsenal had that atmosphere coupled with the players that we've got, that would be another 9 points a season. That's how much it could be at home. It'd be very, you know, if that. Did you see? I'll give you another example. Did you see a game the other night, Atletico Madrid against Liverpool?
Oh, mate.
The atmosphere at that game. We've both been to that stadium as well, and that is lit. Nobody don't tell me nothing about new stadiums. We make a lot of excuses over it.
It wasn't like that when we went there,
it was.
No, man, I don't remember it being like that.
It wasn't. It probably weren't.
The thing that they had set up, I don't know what they call it. It's like that massive. It's like a mural. It looks like a mural, doesn't it? You know, when you come out.
Tifo.
Is that what it's called? That Dortmund do it as well. Yeah. That. I don't remember them having that when we went to.
No, they didn't have that, but the atmosphere was good.
It also looks.
It was good.
Do you know what as well? When we went there, because it's pretty new, it looked very concrete. Like the Emirates when it was first done. There was nothing going round.
But the atmosphere was still good in that game. It looks like
they've addressed that.
It was still good, and as I said, that's a new stadium. Yeah. And look at the atmosphere there. Remember we went to PSG. Their atmosphere was brilliant. Oh, that's a newish stadium.
Every part of that stadium was just having it.
I don't really want to hear these excuses that we keep making about new stadiums because we can tweak. And it's a combination between the club and the fans. Yeah. Because us as fans, sometimes we moan a lot, but are we contributing to the atmosphere as well? Yeah. But when you see some of these atmospheres around, you know what I mean, keep seeing it now. You know, like you said, that massive tifo thing that Dortmund unveiled. And we all know about their atmosphere. You know what I mean? And I don't have to tell you, you've seen them.
Because I've heard that Block 26 were trying to arrange one of those, and it was for a few weeks back, but then it got put a block on because of funds and other bits and pieces and stuff.
It's not going to be cheap.
No, but it's like, why is it that we are the club that can never seem to afford anything? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you even see it with Red Action. Like, whenever there's a new banner or something happens, they have to apply, like, ask fans, do you want to donate towards it and stuff? And it's like, that's where the club should be going, all right, cool, we're going to supply this, it's going to do the atmosphere. You know, why are we asking ordinary working people that spend enough money as it is coming to games?
But then I think, you know what? I think that a lot of those stuff that you see in Europe, it is fans that get together and pay for that, and the clubs. No, almost sometimes some of those sort of ultra things are like membership things, where they're all members and they put together, and it's interesting, you know what I mean? But I think there's a lot we can learn off of these fans right now, you know what I mean? We used to be the guys that made all the noise. And let's have it right. Let me be fair to the Arsenal fans in Athens. They were brilliant. There was a section in front of us. They were so good, man. They were creating a brilliant atmosphere right throughout the game. When we scored, they went ballistic, you know, and the atmosphere was good from the Arsenal fans.
Was there a lot of foreign Arsenal fans there again last night from other supporters clubs?
There was a lot of English fans there. There was a lot of foreign Arsenal fans, but everybody played their part. It was good. It was a good atmosphere from the Arsenal fans.
And
They've done really, really
results?
well. Yep.
One that stood out for me.
The Ajax one.
Mate.
So they could be out.
They could be.
Again,
but they could easily turn that around.
But you could still get a Celtic, you could still get a Rangers.
Celtic drew 1-1. Celtic.
Yeah.
It's a good result given they were 2-0 down, but they've conceded 2 away goals.
Rangers, what, 1-3-2?
Yeah, but they were 2-0 down.
Yeah.
So that's a good result, but still 2 away goals. Inter Milan were comfortable winners.
Yeah, it's winnable, that competition, man.
It is. You know,
winnable.
Do you know what team I wouldn't want to face?
Shakhtar? Wolves. Yeah, that'd be tough, but
Flying, man.
beat Wolves over 2 games, can
Yeah, I know, but it's still tough.
It's not
man.
Barcelona, is it? It'd be
No.
tough.
It's still
It'd
tough.
be tough. This is a winnable tournament,
Saying
man.
that, they've got to go Barcelona because they're playing Espanyol, weren't they?
Yeah, Espanyol as
They
well.
beat 4-0.
Not the greatest
That
teams,
goal,
are
man.
they?
Do you see the goal?
The Neves one. Yeah, it's great.
Behave, man. Do you know what I mean?
I think we were discussing this last night. I feel that's one of the type of players that we lack. A midfield player who scores those type of goals, and that's where
Scores goals.
Period. But also scores those type of goals. That's where a Coutinho in the summer.
Again.
I keep saying it, man. No, because he pick up the ball on the edge of the box and he's a threat.
Well, Ziyech is out of the reckoning now because he's gone to Chelsea.
Coutinho's better than Ziyech. I'd love us to go spend the big money on Coutinho. You know? Goal scoring midfielder. You know, probably move out Ozil. We'd have to deal with the wages and that. Coutinho, he could play in that number 10 position. Decent with assists. Brilliant. You know, no? To me, be perfect.
I don't know. I think we need to. There's going to be some areas that we need to address in the summer.
But that's one area. How many goals do we score from midfield? None.
Yeah, we don't score any.
We scored 1 the other day through Ozil. And even that, the keeper threw it in, really. So we need somebody who's going to score goals from midfield.
Lord, man. I knew you'd have to dig that one in there somewhere.
But anyway, it's great that, you know, the team's on an upward trajectory at the moment. Let's hope that we can keep that going against Everton.
It's nice, isn't it?
Big game. Yeah, it's great to be just,
Still the unbeaten team in
winning,
2020 and
haven't lost a game
leagues.
in 2020, clean sheets.
Wow.
It's brilliant.
AFTV would be shutting down soon, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
You've got nothing to talk about.
Nothing to, you know, your video was trending.
I know. Everyone must have gone on there just to see me smiling or see if my hat was nicked or something.
The video was trending the week before as well when we drew 0-0 against Burnley.
The DT effect.
So, you know,
it is what it is.
All these people that claim that it's always on losses. I always say it. You get some people, they try to say,
there will be views when you lose.
The proof is there for everybody to see.
There will be views. People like the drama. It's like I've said this to you 100 times. It's like anything in the world. If you're watching EastEnders, right? EastEnders spikes around Christmas Day time, their episodes at Christmas, because they kill someone or there's an affair, because it's drama.
I actually think football's a bit different because, yes, you can get views on a loss. An unexpected loss can bring more views than you'd normally expect off of a game.
An unexpected win.
But actually, where you get the real big views are on the big games. The results are not. It's not. It's if you beat Manchester United, the views go out off the scale. If we beat Chelsea, or like that 2-2 against Chelsea, it's off the scale. So it's football, and all we want to do is see Arsenal continue doing what they're doing at the moment, and that is winning. And keeping clean sheets is an added brilliant bonus.
Yeah, and we start with Sunday, man. I'll be there Sunday as well.
You be there? You coming?
I'm going to be there, man. I'm going to be there Sunday. Sure? Yes, I'm going to be there. Listen, it's
you just got better now.
Listen, it's 1-1 this season between me and you, yeah? It's
no,
1-1.
Your son's better for that.
It's 1-1.
You think you're recovering time?
Shh. It's 1-1. All right? I'll tell you what we'll do, yeah? Right, it's currently 1-1. You've missed a game this season, I've missed a game, yeah? If at the end of this season, someone's missed more than the other, they have to do a forfeit.
Okay.
Yeah? Because I think that it will stay at 1-1. Unless something...
Cool.
God forbid seriously happened or whatever. I think, and also I know that me and you will actually follow through our forfeits.
Exactly.
Can I actually put a suggestion forward? And I know he's going to go mad, but because of the fact that I did watch last week's show and I heard Troops call me Donald Trump, right? I've got to stand and say something now, right? You win the next forfeit, yeah? So you need to make him do something. Kill two birds with one stone, bruv. Make him wear a full kit to the Emirates, last game of the season.
Yeah, but he won't do it though. That's the thing. He bottled it. He bottled your one, didn't he?
But that's what I'm saying. You get to do my forfeit and yours all in one, really. And you will be able to say, right, there's your forfeit. Emirates, full kit, socks, shorts, shirt, shin pads, Astro boots, the lot. Turn up. There you go. And you've got to stipulate certain things because obviously the red dye washing out the hair, there was nothing stipulated. So you have to make the rules from the very beginning so there's nowhere to hide. This is the game it's done at. You have to go and watch the full 90 minutes in it. And then you have to do your fan cam after wearing it.
All right, we'll see that.
There you go. He's going to kill me. He's going to be fuming.
Thanks for watching the podcast today. Don't forget the 888, who's the biggest club in London, Conundrum. Arsenal. Make sure you go over there and click on that and let them know who that is. Download the podcast, available on all your usual formats, and we will be back next week.